Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with a quick overview of the brand new River 2 Max portable power station from Ecoflow. This product includes some of the very latest technology available for portable power stations, which makes it a near perfect solution to take with you pretty much anywhere that you need a little extra power when you're away from home to charge and operate all of your thirsty portable devices. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the product, and then I'll cover the specifications. But more importantly, I'll explain the innovation that Ecoflow has built into the unit, which really separates it from a lot of other portable power stations on the market. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find the River 2 Max. The unit is small, it's powerful, it's incredibly portable. It weighs 13.2 pounds. It has an internal capacity of 512 watt hours, and it can provide 500 watts of external charging and operating capabilities that can surge to 1100 watts. And that's an important difference between this and a lot of other portable power stations, because if you're gonna plug things in like a drill or a fan or a blender or a cooler, those devices draw a little extra current when they first turn on because they have motors inside. And if you're using a standard portable power station, there's a hard limit on how much power it can deliver. And if you exceed that amount of power by even a little bit, you'll pop a breaker. With this one, you have surge protection built in, so you can use all those devices, plug them in, they're gonna work just fine. Also included with the kit is an AC cable, a DC cable, a 5521 to 5521 cable you can use to charge external devices like a DVD player, a laptop, a game console, and a full instruction manual that lists everything you're going to want to know about this particular product. There are a lot of advanced features in here. There's an application you can use to monitor and control things, so always read through the manual so you get the best value out of the product. All right, so let's talk about specifications next, because if you're comparing this to other portable power stations, you kind of want to know how it stacks up. But before I do that, there are really three things you need to keep in mind anytime you're searching for a portable power station. How do you charge it? How is that charge held? In other words, what kind of battery technology is used inside? And that's really important. And then once you have a charged battery out in the field, how do you deliver that charge to all of the external devices that you'll want to use with your portable power station? So let's start with the charging circuit first. Most portable power stations on the market allow you to charge it at home. They may allow you to charge it in the car, and maybe even allow you to charge it from a solar panel. This one provides 4 different ways you can charge it. So you can charge it at home using the AC kit. You can charge it in your car using the DC kit. You can definitely charge it from a solar panel using a solar panel, connecting it up to it, putting it out in the sun. And then you can also charge it through the USB-C port on the front. It's a bidirectional USB-C port. Using the AC kit, you'll notice the AC kit doesn't include an external charging brick. A lot of the other portable power stations in the market have this big charging brick that come with it, and that's responsible for converting the AC in your home to the DC to charge the batteries, but those bricks are wildly inefficient, so you're wasting a lot of energy in the conversion process. It's also throttling the amount of power that heads for your portable power station. So with those other units, they can take a long time to charge. They may take 3, 4, 5 hours to charge. With this one, that charging circuit is built into the unit, and because it's built into the unit, Ecoflow has made it incredibly efficient. It's 90% plus efficient, which means most of the power that comes from your AC outlet is getting into the batteries. And what that does is it speeds up the charging cycle. So charging this unit directly from an AC plug in your home, you can charge it to 100% in less than an hour. Think about what that means for you. It's going to get you out the door a lot quicker, because if you're spending 4 or 5 hours charging those other units, that's time you're kind of wasting. With this one, plug it in, an hour, you're out the door. You can also charge it in your car. It's going to take a little bit longer because you can't charge it with as much current, but that's a good option to top it off. You can charge it from a solar panel. Now the solar panel, depending on how large the solar panel is, how much sun you're collecting, if there's a lot of sun out that day, what the charge level was before you started, about 3 hours somewhere in that time frame. And then finally, you can charge it through the USB-C port on the front. You can put up to 100 watts of charging current through that USB-C port. So if you're at home and you've got a USB charger plugged into the wall, connect the cable up to that USB-C port and charge it just like that. All right, the next thing to talk about is battery technology. Now, battery technology is important because it not only governs how long the charge will be held by the batteries after you finish charging it, how many times you can charge the batteries, how they handle hot and cold weather. And most of the portable power stations in the market use a chemistry called lithium polymer, LiPo technology, which is okay, but it's not great in hot weather and cold weather. It also doesn't hold the charge as long, and it reduces the amount of charge cycles you can have. And that's important because the more times you can charge and discharge the batteries, the longer use you get out of the product. This one uses a lithium iron phosphate technology, which is some of the latest battery chemistry on the market. And the advantages there are that you can get over 3,000 charge cycles out of it, which means if you think about that, that's a minimum of 10 years if you charged it once a day. You're going to get way longer use out of it than that. But the other two things that are important Lithium iron phosphate batteries handle hot and cold really well. So they're not going to give you issues if you're out camping on a cold night or you're out in the desert in a really hot environment. It's going to handle that really well. But the other important thing is the fact that it holds the charge well, because the lithium polymer technology, you might charge it on a Friday. By Sunday, even if you haven't used it, the battery levels drop quite a bit. With this one, you can charge it on a Friday, you come back the next Friday, you have almost 100% charge. So it's got the very latest battery technology in the unit. All right, now that you've understood how to charge it, you know what kind of battery chemistry is in it. Now that I've got this fully charged battery out there in my camping site, how do I deliver that internal charge to external devices? Well, there are typically three ways you'll do that. Through AC, through DC, 12 volts just like your car, or through USB. So it's important whatever you've got has at least those three options on it. And you get those on this unit as well. So with the AC circuit, you've got 4 AC outlets. You can plug 4 things in at the same time. And again, 500 watts of external charging through the AC, up to 1100 watts. So you can plug a bunch of different things in and you're going to be just fine. You also have a DC port right here. That DC port is a 12 volt port, just like in your car. It'll deliver 10 amps of current at 12 volts. So anything you plug into your car, plug in there, it's going to work just fine. You also have two 5521 ports. Both of those will provide 12 volts as well. You can use a cable like this. There are other cables on the market that'll convert that to another port like this one, so you can charge a bunch of things through the 12 volt DC at the same time. Where this unit really shines is in the USB charging right over here. Now with USB, there are 2 styles of charging, or I should say 2 styles of connections. A USB-A connection is the older style. It's the bigger connector. The newer style is a USB-C. This unit has both of them on there. It has 3 of the USB-A ports that'll deliver 5 volts at 2.4 amps, which is the highest amount of current that you can deliver to a standard USB-A port. It also has a USB-C port on there, again, which is the latest standard. And what's interesting about the USB-C port is, number one, it's bidirectional, which means I can use it to charge something externally. I can also use it to charge the unit internally. So you can fire current at it, you can draw current out of it. But the other important feature with the USB-C port is that it's a PD, or power delivery port, which is a fast charging technology used in a lot of newer gear. And if you're plugging in a phone or a tablet or a game console that uses, or a drone battery that uses PD charging, this will recognize that. It'll assess what kind of voltage and current that product needs. It makes adjustment internally to charge that quickly and safely. It's also delivering up to 100 watts of charging current. And the reason that's important is because a lot of the units on the market have a USB-C port, but it might be 30 watts or 40 watts. 100 watts means you can use that with a game console, with drone batteries, with most laptops. So it gives you a lot wider universe of things you can charge through that USB-C port. So again, you've got the best options for charging it. You've got the latest technology inside for the battery to hang on to the charge, and you've got a wide range of connection options on the front to charge a wide variety of different external devices. And the last thing I'll mention about the product is they built in a very sophisticated battery management system, which is the brains of the operation, keeping track of how the charge gets into the battery safely and quickly to groom that charge so you don't damage the batteries. And again, probably as important, to how that charge is delivered to external devices. So it's constantly monitoring everything that's plugged in. All 11 ports can be used at the same time, and it's monitoring what's plugged in and making sure nothing happens to those external devices, because this is not a terribly expensive unit. But if you think about the 11 things you're plugging into it, that adds up to a whole lot more cost. You want to make sure that whatever portable power station you're using has a very sophisticated battery management system in it, and this one has that feature. So that's pretty much all I had for today. I hope you found this review helpful, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.